Now it's time for early week insights. And just a reminder that we have all of our videos that are going to be with you on our stream 24/7 on both your smart TV, online, or in our app, right? Okay, let's dive in and show you what's going on here as we head into the upcoming week. I'll start out with atmospheric energy. And of course, we have one storm that's been missing us down to the south that shows up coming off the mid-Atlantic, right? But off to the west, there's a lot of energy that's out along the west coast. These two bundles of energy, one that's coming by Vancouver and the other one that's off the coast of Southern California, both will be watched and both will come into play. I want you to watch how they kind of break apart, but they do filter east. So some of that energy comes in here as we get into Wednesday and Wednesday night. Bam, that's opportunity one to get some accumulating snow back into New England, which may be a mix for some of us, and we'll look at that in just a second. Let's keep playing it out, and there's more energy ready to filter in, and bam, there's opportunity number two that comes in as we get into Friday evening, Friday night. That's going to be another chance for accumulating snow. And there's still more energy waiting in the wings. We may be able to do another opportunity about a week from now as we get into Sunday night, Monday of next week. It's worth pointing out that the jet stream forecast over the course of the next 6 days is definitely different than it's been. You don't still see this big monster trough or big dip in the jet stream carved out in the Northeast. So what does that mean? That means that we get milder air, and you don't see the same big Arctic pushes that come into play. But having said that, you're still in the northern stream on the northern side of the jet stream, and that means you've still got cooler air that comes into play, and you're starting to tap the Pacific and perhaps at times, if you can dig enough, the Gulf. What I'm saying here is, look, you're getting into a more volatile pattern that's got more moisture in it, so every time a disturbance comes by, there's an increased chance of producing precipitation, even if you're not so deep into the cold air. One really clear way to see that is to look at the temperatures about 6,000 feet. So right in the lower cloud level, the red line would be the freezing line, right? So obviously we've been way below freezing over the past several weeks for the most part, right? Now we sit very close to it, and this is playing through all the way over the course of this week. And notice even when the warm pushes try to get in here, they never really succeed for a lot of us. So this now starts to introduce what late February into March is so classic for, which is going to be mixed precipitation events, but the chance to get more actual precipitation to fall from them. Let's be honest. When we got snow over the course of the last several weeks, it was dry, fluffy snow. There wasn't much moisture in it. That's likely going to be changing coming up. And again, we'll talk more about that in pattern predictions on Monday. So here goes that storm down to our south on Monday. Again, I mentioned Monday night into Tuesday morning, you may get just a couple of snow showers to slide in for a few slick spots. We may need to treat the roads in a couple of spots. Don't expect it to be a real big deal. It comes by very limited accumulation. It's just because it puts moisture on the road. And then as we get later in the day, Tuesday, that goes by, except there's still some snow showers in northern Maine. Wednesday, in comes the next system, and this will probably be during the afternoon. There will be a rain-snow line with it. It will probably lay somewhere between the Mass Turnpike and Route 2. And during the day, there may not be that much impact because the temperature's up a bit, but as we get to evening and nightfall and into the overnight, we'll get increasingly slick conditions, particularly in central and northern New England with accumulating snow. That goes by, and again, we'll wait on the next system that comes in here for Friday evening and Friday night. High temperatures on Tuesday, whatever we have for a slick spot melts away. We come up to about 40 degrees or so. Tuesday night, we're likely to settle back down to about 30 or a little bit below that. And then getting into Wednesday, again, remember, particularly during the afternoon, we have that mixed precipitation developing, cold enough for snow in northern New England. It may start as raindrops in southern New England. Some of us will stay that way. Even by Wednesday night, you don't drop down enough. I think when you start getting, again, Mass Pike to Route 2, things get colder. You've got a better chance of getting some wet snow involved. So it's wicked early. But just as an early estimate, because it has been fairly consistent, you can line it up with the legend at the top. But generally, you're talking about probably a 2 or 3 inch snow in a light blue. Lesser amounts the farther south you go, and the maximum amounts likely to be found in the mountains out of that midweek event. Again, once it goes by, it's not like you've got an Arctic blast that comes in. You're likely to be melting all over again, and that is the difference about being into late February. It makes a big difference in the forecast. Mariners, I love to take care of you in these early week insights, just to give you an idea of how things are going to be going for us. Notice that the waves that build mostly are offshore. That's because our wind is never super strong over the next few days. It does start to kick when you get out to sea because of the storm that goes by to the south, and each system that develops tends to develop farther off to the east. But near shore, you really don't have a lot of fanfare in terms of the waves. You can get some productivity. Just be careful if you're going to be heading farther offshore. A reminder that if you love these videos, you want to support us, so many of you are. We now hit 1,000 members. Cannot thank you enough. membership.onedegreeoutside.com. All right, hope you have a great start to the week. And of course, we'll always have those 24-hour forecasts every early morning for you. Pattern predictions as well. Look forward to seeing you later on.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this 1 Degree Outside video.
Get exclusive content, support the mission at membership.onedegreeoutside.com. And don't forget, free and 5 stars on the App Store and Google Play. Search the #1 Degree Outside Weather.